Hi everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. My name is Rachel. We're gonna have a lot of fun today working on some balancing moves. So if you are an expert at balancing, or if you're brand new and you're like, I don't really know what you mean by that, it doesn't matter. We're gonna start really easy and then build our way up. So there's gonna be a lot of options. All levels are welcome. But we're going to start on our hands and our knees to get going. So find tabletop. Bring your hands to the floor. Spread your fingers nice and wide. And we're just going to lift the right knee up and extend that leg out behind us. So just starting by lifting that leg behind us. If you need to adjust where your hands are to find your balance, feel free to do so. And I want you to start to engage your core. Flex your foot of that leg that's in the air. See if you can lengthen a little bit more. Wake up that leg, and then we're going to drop that right knee down. Switch sides. Let the left leg go behind. So wake it up. Flex the foot. Adjust your balance. Find the balance. Feel the breath. Awesome, you guys. So starting to bring that left knee back down. Shake it out if you need to. We're going to send the right leg back one more time. If you would like to add the left arm, feel free to go for it now. Reaching the front arm for the front of the room. Reaching the back leg for the back of the room. Finding that balance. I want you to look down towards your mat. Keeping your neck in line with your spine. Maybe getting a little warmer. Take one more breath in. And exhale, release, switching sides. So start with the left leg. Stay here, or maybe add the right arm and just finding that balance. Reaching the fingertips forward, the back heel for the back wall, flexing that foot if you can. And just a breathing. Awesome, you guys. One more inhale. And exhale, release it on down, tuck your toes, lift on up, downward facing dog. So just a few breaths here to take your dog for a little walk, bending one knee, straightening the other, slowing things down a little bit, letting go of your day. And then we're going to inhale and look to the top of your mat. Exhale, walk or step your feet all the way up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. One more. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, fold. Bend your knees, lift it all the way up to standing. Reach up, look up. And exhale, bring your hands through heart center down to your sides. So we're going to start to shift our weight onto our right foot. And you're going to start to just kick that left leg out to the side a little bit. So once that leg is out to the side a lot, you're going to add your arms, reaching for all four corners of the room. Star pose. Beautiful, you guys. Bringing that left leg back down, switching sides. So maybe your toe doesn't actually leave the mat. Maybe it does. Finding what works for you. Balance, breathe. Awesome work. Bringing that right foot back down. Shake it out if you need to shake it out. We're going right into tree pose. So you're going to stand on your right foot. You can bring your hands to your hips. Your heel is going to start by just resting right above your ankle. So that left heel right above the ankle. You can stay here. You could bring your foot up to your calf. I want you to try to avoid being right on top of the knee. So if you want to bring your foot up towards your thigh, you can. And then when you're feeling ready, if you haven't already added some branches to your tree pose, you could reach the arms out wide above your head, wherever works for you. Guys, if you're new to balancing poses, don't feel like you can't use a wall. You can always stand right beside a wall and just use it whenever you feel like it. Breathe. Awesome work. So bringing that left foot all the way down. If you need to do a few ankle circles, you can do a few ankle circles. And then switching sides, so balancing on that left foot this time. Hands to the hips to start, perhaps bringing that foot wherever you want it on that leg, so the ankle, the calf, the thigh, avoiding that knee though. And just finding something to stare at that isn't moving. Just help focus the gaze, help you bounce. But most importantly, make sure you're breathing. Finding a little bit of peace in all of the challenge. Nice job, you guys. Tree pose. And then starting to bring it all the way down. All the way down. Find the top of your mat again if you did wander off. Hands to your sides. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back into a downward facing dog. Using an inhale, shift your weight forward into a plank. Exhale, lower down to your mat. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the top of your mat. Exhale, walk or step your feet up. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, folds. Inhale, all the way up. Reach up, look up. Exhale your hands through heart center into your sides. So we're going to step our left foot back. So bring your left foot back, pyramid pose. So bring your feet so they're about hip width apart. I don't want you to have one foot in front of the other. I want you balanced. You're still facing forward though. So make sure your back heel is touching the mat. I like to turn my toes out just slightly, but they're mostly pointing forward. So take an inhale here, stand even taller. That front leg is fairly straight. And as you exhale, you're gonna start to tip forward. Tipping forward from the hips. Your hands could stay on your hips or they could find the floor. So feeling a nice stretch to the back of that front leg. Don't worry, we're not going to be here very long because maybe this is too easy. Maybe this isn't really a hard balancing pose. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't want to stay here very long. So start your shifting your weight forward into your hands towards the top of your mat. See if you can take all of that weight out of that back foot, standing on just that right foot. That leg can come up a little higher. Imagine you're stacking the left hip on top of the right one. You want your belly button facing the left side of the room. So you can have both hands on your mat to start here, but think about turning the belly button to face the left. If you're able to take some weight out of the left hand, maybe bring your hand to your hip or just hover it above your mat. If you're really going for it, you could reach the left fingertips for the ceiling. This is called half moon. Half moon. So starting with the gaze down to the mat. If that's easy for you, you can start to shift the gaze up to the ceiling. Another thing you can do, if you're still putting some weight in that right hand, is to actually take all that weight out of that hand. I don't know, maybe grab onto your leg or bring your hand into your chest. Ooh, that's a little harder. Play with it. Every day our balance is different. Sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't. Awesome work, you guys. Take one more inhale. And exhale, bring the left hand down and then the left foot all the way down. Place it next to your right foot. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Reach up, look up. Exhale, your hands through heart center into your sides. Let's try the other side. Half moon on the other side. But starting with pyramid. So bring that right foot back this time. Starting off by finding a nice strong stance with those feet, straight legs, hands to the hips. Take an inhale and exhale. Tipping forward, getting that nice, beautiful hamstring stretch for that front leg. And then before you get too comfy though, you can start to shift the weight forward into that left foot. Lifting the right foot off the mat a little bit more, however far you want to bring it up. And then thinking about turning the belly button to show to the right side of the room, stacking that right hip on top of the left to help you turn your belly button that way. And then reaching up with the right fingertips or keeping them on the mat, but using your gaze, your breath, finding that nice, strong balance. Awesome, you guys. I better try to take all that weight out of my left hand because it was kind of really hard on the other side. Woo-hoo! Let's bring our hands all the way down to the mat and that right foot all the way next to the left one. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Reach up, look up, and use an exhale to fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, stepping your feet back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, starting to look to the top of your mat. Exhale, walk your feet all the way up. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Start to bend your knees all the way and bring the hips down so you're almost sitting on top of your heels. So we're going to come onto the balls of the feet. Keep your heels off of the mat. And if you're able to bring all the weight out of the hands, you could give that a try. Dropping the knees down a little bit and sending the shoulders back so that they're over top of the hips. Awesome, you guys. If your hands are on your knees, you could even bring them to prayer, relaxing through the shoulders, all about the balls of the feet. So if you want to lift the heels just a little bit more. Nice, you guys. And then slowly start to bring your hands back down. If they're up, we're going to have a seat. So we're going to sit down. Just take a second if you need to do some ankle circles. If you really felt that one, feel free to do some ankle circles. And then we're going to start to balance on our sit bones. All these different kinds of body parts that we can use to balance, right? So you're going to start by, well, actually, you know what, you guys? Let's hang on to the back of the legs and start to lift the toes off the mat. So leaning back a little bit just to find those sit bones. Your feet are off the mat. The only thing that's touching the mat is your butt. And then you're going to start to reach for the toes if you want to. I like to hang on to my big toes with my peace fingers, my first finger and my middle finger. You could hang on to your foot anyway though. And then keeping that grip on your feet, you can start to maybe straighten the legs. You might have to lean back a little bit more. That's completely fine. It's all about the balance. You can let your feet come out wide. Play with it. Awesome work. How are you guys doing? Soften through those shoulders. I love this one. It's really hard if you're new to it. It's a lot of fun if you've done it a few times. And then we're going to bring those feet all the way back down. So however you want to gracefully let it all go. Hug your knees in, rock it out side to side. Cross your legs, have a comfy seat. And just bringing your hands beside you on the mat as you inhale, reach your arms up. Look up. Exhale, bring your hands through heart center. Pausing here. Awesome work today, you guys. I hope that you had fun. Some challenges, I hope, as well. Feel free to leave any comments you have below this video. I love to hear your feedback. If one was easy, one was really hard, anything at all. But until we meet again, have an awesome day and namaste.